Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing Another World. I am Jace Mack as always. We're going to go ahead and get started with the intro. This game is a game that I've loved since I was a kid. There's a lot to it and nothing to it at all. The guy who made it originally, you can see this is the updated version. They remastered it. And the graphics here, you can switch between the new version and the remastered version, and you can see that the remastered version is a little more smooth, but I actually kind of prefer the old look, that little pixelated retro style. This game was one of the early point-and-click adventure games that you could play on the PC way back in the day, and it's a nice short game. I always liked it because it's kind of like playing a movie. It's pretty short, easy to do in one sitting once you know how to do it. It's really stupid difficult if you don't know how the gameplay works, because they kind of don't really explain anything to you. It's a lot of trial and error to figure out, like, what the heck am I supposed to do next. It's actually been a little while since the last time I did a full-on recording session, and since then a couple things have happened with the channel, and I wanted to point it out. I've got a few subscribers now, to my surprise. I had a video release a month or so ago, Donkey Kong, and I just kind of sarcastically wrote on my thumbnail that no one would see this, and I think somebody at the YouTube algorithm shop decided that that was amusing and pushed it out a little bit. And so I got a few subscribers and people off that, and I just wanted to give shout outs to the people who have subscribed and have been commenting and have been giving me support here in the beginning. I by no means expect anybody to be forced to hang out and continue on as we plod through here trying to create this channel. But anybody who's joined us and who is genuinely enjoying the content and wants to keep going, I'm super happy with. So I want to give a huge shout out to Tushy? I hope it's not Tushy. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. You've been commenting. I really appreciate you. Potato Man, Mega Mixer, K Asco. I'm not sure how you pronounce all these things. Dr. Swellman, Kyle Macy, and David Lopp was our first subscriber. So thanks so much, David. You guys have encouraged me to keep making more content, even though there's just a few of us here. I believe in quality over quantity. And I know that these sort of Let's Play channels don't really get massive followings usually, especially not like older retro stuff like this. So it's more just for the people that really just kind of want to chill and have fun. Kind of listening. It's fairly entertaining, but at the same time, it's a little bit boring, and that's kind of what you want. I'm not looking to like have you mesmerized or be wildly enthralled for 15 minutes every time. My goal is just for you to have something that you can chill out with and give you a little food for thought. So here we are in Another World. I played this originally on get the controls down here, the Super Nintendo, which had, whoops, okay, I just broke the game. I wasn't supposed to do that yet, so now I have to die. I played this originally on the Super Nintendo. Let's go ahead and die. There's a vine here that'll come out and just strangle me. On the Super Nintendo, they had, well, I guess not. It doesn't strangle you in this one. There was better music because they redesigned it for the Super Nintendo, but it chugged. It was so slow. So this is the computer version. How do you kick? There it is. And so it doesn't lag, but you don't get the awesome music. I fixed the controls now. Now we got run and kick are a different button, and jump is... That's actually workable. So I have to die. So the one thing about this game is that the deaths are mildly violent. Some of them are more violent than others. This was the PC game where, the young teenage boys were like, oh, it's so cool. It's got some kind of violence and gore in it a little bit because there's this PC animated stuff. All right, let's actually take this seriously now. Let's run and jump and frolic through the land of slugs. So on the Super Nintendo version, you didn't have to kill all these slugs, and they wouldn't fall off the ceiling because the game was like glitched out. But now you have to like kill them all, and they respawn if you walk off the stage. Let's go back to the old graphics. I like these old pixelated graphics better. I don't know if you do. If you don't like them, you can complain. But this game doesn't last too long, so it'll only be like 2 or 3 episodes. And that brings me to another question, and I'll bring this back up at the end. I don't know if anybody's watching or listening right now, but I have finished recording a decent amount of content. Oh, Okay, so you gotta run from this guy. There used to be great action music here. Dun, 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 and it was exciting. And now it's just like... And it was also lagging a whole bunch, so it was like slow motion. It was really exciting. It was what made me want to play this game. But now this runaway sequence is kind of okay, but... Plus he had caught up to me, and then he must have tripped off screen, and I didn't see it, but... So we were rescued from being destroyed by that beast by this mysterious cloaked figure, and we are giving him the peace sign of our people. I'm a ginger. I've been shot. So I'm going to guess that our main character is... Maybe he's Nordic. He could be Irish. He's fair-haired. He's ruddy. He's got red eyes. That's a rare thing. Okay, here, this potato guy here is gonna be our friend. Spoilers. I really enjoyed this game. It's like pure cinematic. There's no like HUD on the screen that's like, causing distraction or anything. They throw you into it pretty well. So what you want to do is rock back and forth, crush this guy, and then... Matsuba. That was something that I would say a lot as a kid. That little soundbite just like got stuck with me. So you pick up this gun, which ends up being incredibly helpful because you have to shoot a lot of aliens with it. As I said, some mild gore and stuff in this game. It's not horrible, but there's one part at the end with a little bit of like you're in a bathhouse, and some alien just jumping in on some aliens in the bathhouse. One question I have for anybody who is listening to this. I finished all of my... hurry up, man. I finished all of the games that I was recording. Oh, well, I died. You gotta really run in that part. What do you want me to play next? I'm open to suggestions, because I'm not sure what to do. I have a lot of games, but I don't necessarily want to do a game where it's going to be like 1,000 episodes, and I'm still playing it 2 years from now. But at the same time, I do want to play some of the longer games, so I'm not sure if I'm going to edit out, make it short, and like only show the highlights, or if I'm going to just full on play a whole long game, or what I'm going to do. So if there's something you really want to see, I'd be happy to give it a go. Trying to keep the channel mostly PG-13-ish, so like heavy gore, heavy offensive material and stuff like that. I'm mostly avoiding, but I'm open to, you know, there's something you really want to see, let me know. Otherwise, I've got, you know, a handful of stuff that's just sitting in my archives ready to go. But I've been trying to find stuff that's fun and shorter that I have good memories with that I can share. All right, so here we can see our friend has gotten himself into a bit of a bind. He has no way out from this guard who's approaching him now, and you can see they're having an altercation. Meanwhile, I've escaped through a vent. Let's see. To get through this area, there's these steam pipes, and you have to go a very particular route. The route I don't remember. Let's see. I know there's... Oh, there it is. So I either have to go left or right here, and for the life of me, I don't remember. I'm going to guess right. I can't remember. I think that was wrong. No, I'm still alive. Oh, I did it. That was the right way. Okay, so here our gun has run out of juice, and we're going to have to recharge our gun so that we can blast through this door. The gun's got pretty simple mechanics. You can charge up a super blast, and if you charge just a little bit, you can create a shield like this, and it protects you from bad guy bullets. And that's really the extent of the game mechanics here. There's just not much more to it than that. Oops, that guy didn't see it coming. So here's our friend in the foreground running away from bad guys, as you can see. It's kind of cool they have an A and B story here with you and your friend, kind of like, you're both trying to escape. Whoops. Okay, that's my first death. So for the screen, you kind of just run and jump and hope you make it. And then you got to blast through the wall. And then you end up in the caves where you spend a lot of your time. So you go straight down here. There's a lot of twisty turny pathways you can go if you don't know what you're doing. You'll spend a lot of time figuring out these puzzles, but I already know them. So here, these rocks are kind of tricky. You gotta wait for the timing to be like just so, or you can't get past it. I don't remember it perfectly, so, but you can see how the two rocks I'm waiting for are slowly separating, and like you just kind of have to wait for them to align up in such a way that you can get past it without them just clobbering you like that. There we go. Now those tendrils on the ceiling will get you if you don't run past them, as will those teeth in the floor. So you kind of hop, skip, and a jump right over those guys. Now here, they actually require you to destroy all of these tendrils or they get you. And that's just something you learn from trial and error. And then you have, it's almost pixel perfect, some of these jumps. You gotta like walk right to the edge so that you can make sure that you get there. So what we're doing here, back on the Super Nintendo version, it opened with this character who they named Lester P. Knight. He's writing in his journal about his experience being transported into this world. And I always assumed that this, right here, this screen, was the only place that logically he could have found to rest and write in his journal. So we're just going to pretend that he's writing in his journal here about how he was transported to this world. Now, the real reason we came here was just to destroy this wall, basically, because later this whole area is going to flood with water, and the water needs a place to escape, because we're going to have to swim through these tunnels pretty soon here. And, so we went all that way just to open that wall, which was pretty, random thing to do. So, like, I guess it makes sense in game world, but for the character, it's like, why did you do that? I think you just got to run past this. So on the way back, you got to go uphill instead. And this is very important. You have to shoot at this bat that's on the ceiling here, and he has to fly forward. And the reason for that is that he will get caught in the tendrils up there that you see to the left and give me a chance to climb past without getting eaten, so that I can get back up above this little structure. Otherwise, you can't get back up here. And then you have to knock the structure down. See, that's like infuriating for a kid, especially a kid back in the 90s who's like, what in the world is going on? How do I move forward in this game? See, nowadays games hold your hand a lot more, so it's like you can't get stuck so much, but this was just kind of impossible. So now, to get back up to the next area, the only way is to do this rather risky looking thing, which is to explode that wall, which will cause that water to rush down and destroy us. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do it in the next episode, if you will join me, and we'll see what happens when I destroy this, which seems like a really stupid thing to do, but hey, we do stupid things like that here in Out of This World. Again, if you have any ideas for a game for me to play next, go ahead and put it in the comments, because I'm almost out of content and I could play just about anything next, so let me know.